2, 3.
3, and then you're 4.
4. 5.
Okay. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine that you're in a hospital's emergency room. You're a nervous wreck because you're waiting to find out the condition of your 8-year-old son who was in a serious car accident while being driven by a family friend to a soccer game. As the doctor comes out, you immediately realize that the news is bad because by the look on the doctor's face. You come to find out that your son has a punctured lung and the only way he will survive is through a transplant. The worst news is that the waiting list for a lung is 2 to 3 months, and unfortunately, they would need to operate within hours to save your son's life. As any parent knows, the loss of a child is one of the most devastating and heart-wrenching things that someone can go through. The simple fact is that parents have to go through this every day because of the scarcity of organs available for transplant. According to organdonor.gov, an average of 20 people died each day waiting for an organ to be donated. In 1999, the waiting list of people in need of a transplant totaled 23,198 and has increased by a staggering 121,272 by 2013. And in that same time span, the number of donors has only increased by about 7,300 people. At this rate, the number indicated that we are facing a potentially devastating number of people that are going to eventually end up running out of time. More Americans should be registered organ donors to help save lives even after they have passed. So many people take it for granted that they have someone close to them put in this situation. It's important for us to take a look and examine some of the benefits that becoming an organ donor brings, as well as discuss why this is something that makes sense for everyone to do. A second chance is what it means to be an organ donor. It means a second chance at life. It means that you're saving someone's life or making their life easier by eliminating the costly treatments that they were on before. According to Organ Transplant and Cancer 2008 article by Patricia Edens, by donating an organ, you're helping someone kick cancer's butt by replacing a malfunctioning organ with a shiny new organ. You're saving someone's mom, someone's dad, someone's child, or a friend that is on the waiting list. The heart, brain, kidneys, ear, eyes, and lungs can all be donated to 6 or more people. When you donate, you will have impacted lives of multiple families all over the nation. According to Nancy's Manico's artificial heart, donated organs function better for the patient rather than artificial organs, and it helps the recipient get back to their normal life. Artificial organisms were only made because of the waiting list for an organ was far longer than the list of donors. In Connie Rizzo's kidney transplant article, kidney transplants date back to the early 12th century to help victims of renal failure, and the number of victims are only multiplying. There is no charge for being an organ donor. Anyone can be an organ donor. When it's your time, you will not miss or need your organs. You will not even know they're gone. It is very important that everyone donates so we can have these numbers balanced with an equal amount of donors and recipients to make the wait list shorter or non-existent. It is very easy and hassle-free to register to be an organ donor. When you register, it helps the medical professionals identify your body as an organ donor. You can go to your local Department of Motor Vehicle to register to be an organ donor. They will print organ donor on your driver's license. You can sign and carry a donor's card that you get from organdonor.gov. You can also register with your state's donor register at organdonor.gov. There are a lot of myths about someone who is an organ donor, and that is why some people are scared to be a donor. But in fact, they're all myths. Being an organ donor is safe and easy. One in particular is that the doctors do not revive you or save your life, and this is false. You are a human and you're just as important as someone on the list. So yes, the doctors will revive you because their main focus at the moment is to save your life. From Sarah Rogers' 2009 article, The Facts on Being an Organ Donor, a popular myth is that you're too old or you're not in the best health when In fact, you're never too old, and a few medical conditions disqualify you from donating. Never disqualify yourself from being an organ donor. Let the doctors determine that at the time of death. We have talked about the benefits of becoming an organ donor, how to become an organ donor, and the myths of being an organ donor. With the waiting list to receive an organ substantially growing, we need more Americans to register as an organ donor. Organ donors give people a second chance at life. There is no charge to be an organ donor. It is very easy to become an organ donor, and there are many myths, but they're just myths. Right now you may not be a parent at this time, but the example of this example of a parent can be applied to anyone in your life that you hold dear, whether it's a mother or a father or a brother or a sister. We all have a special people in our lives that we would give anything to see healthy. So it is important that we do the same thing for others when it's not something we need when we're gone, because you never know when it's you or someone you love that will need the same kindness from a complete stranger.